Hello everyone, today's video is a little different than I originally had planned for this week. I popped over to my parents to go and retrieve my drawing board so that I could show you guys some detailed architectural technical drawing of some crazy weird alien architecture and landscapes to go with the aliens that I've been creating over the last 2 weeks. However, I ran out of time to get it really all together and how I wanted it to be, and the light has been really awful and it's just been a comedy of errors over here. So instead I've tried to do some landscape drawing digitally in more of a concept art style rather than a really detailed piece, so hopefully it'll still be interesting to see how I put this piece together. The thought process I went through to make this image was at first blocking out key shapes to make an interesting composition. Then I chose the base colours of pink and purple because I wanted this to be Nebula's home planet. And then I focused on identifying where the key light source was. I wanted the viewer to be almost out in the wilderness looking at this peculiar cityscape, so I set the city as the key light source this time. If by chance you haven't seen them yet, Weisworld Art has been doing some really amazing spray paint, abstract landscapes and worlds that were really a big inspiration for this design. I'll link to him in the little eye in the corner of the screen. In particular, his Pyramids of Giza piece really made me want to focus on some strict geometric design and just use gradients in the piece, so that was really a big inspiration for this design. A lot of the choices too had me thinking about Steven Sugar, one of the background artists for Steven Universe. I love his space backgrounds and these almost like abstract pattern appearance that they have. Plus his colour palettes are just gorgeous. They've always got this kind of feeling of dusk and dawn. He has really lovely colour palettes, so yeah, it made me want to try and experiment a bit more with the purples and the pinks and bring in different blues and just play with the hue a bit, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mostly just played with the layer options of very geometric shapes in Photoshop, just adding colour and playing with the hues. I zoomed out quite a few times to make it a tiny thumbnail, which really helped me to see how the composition was working as a whole and which areas needed to be darker or lighter, what needed adding or taking away. It's a very quick way of evaluating how your composition is going. And I would say this is a nice exercise for testing out your composition skills and building up a background. This isn't a large file and I'm not going to spend forever on it, so it's a good test if you're looking to improve how you build up backgrounds or even creating a background for your characters or animations that you create. Just by blocking out shapes and using gradients, you can really build up a landscape very quickly. And if you don't feel ready to make one yourself off your own idea, you could take a picture of a landscape either that you have or that you've seen online and try and recreate it in as simple a shape and in simple gradients yourself, and I think you'll see how quickly they can come together and look great. Hopefully for next week I can go and make something a bit more detailed, maybe go into 2 or 3 point perspective if you guys might find that interesting or useful. I mean, I'm personally struggling with 3 points still, even though I've been trying it for a while, so it might not be a bad excuse for me to get practicing too. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, as always, leave me a comment below. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's video, and if you have any questions or you do try out some landscape concepts yourself, please tag me over on Instagram or leave me a comment below so that I and everybody who sees this video can go and check it out. Have a great week and see you again this Thursday with another week's drawing request. See you again soon.